What's going on, everybody? CaptainRoBear and crew here. Eberron, episode 49, after showtime.
Oh man,
I don't even know what to say about this last reveal.
Plot twist.
What a twist!
With a twist.
how long has this Rakshasa been like pulling these strings, man?
How long has the Rakshasa been pulling strings?
Good gosh, how many puppets and how many puppeteers?
I just wonder if he was. I want to know what his deal was with the Riedran, like actual, like what that actually was. You know what I mean? Like I'm like I don't know.
Right, because that was why I piped in with that bit, just bringing that all up, because like we've watched this dude now try to fill in, two mercenary groups to cover his ass, and both are probably the worst people to get in bed with.
Well, yeah, I mean, but obviously he's not a good entity,
right?
Devil or whatnot. So he's like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah,
but yeah, I mean, he's chosen two very, very bad groups to help with his plan. It sounds like he's trying to bring like hell on into Eberron.
He definitely woke up and chose violence. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's what he woke up and chose.
I mean, think about it though. It's a really good plan to start at a large enough city, but it's still in the jungle, where you can do a whole lot of stuff out in the middle of nowhere before people really find out. So he could build up quite a bit of shit before he presses go and
so
really
we've
starts to do
seen
damage.
this one other group already, right? The Dark Lizards. The Dark Lizard folk are doing.
Dark
We're
Scales,
working on a
yeah.
similar mission using the dragon shards.
They brought up the Urgarod and the dragons.
Right.
And brought up House Thrask
Yep.
wanting to use shards, and then brought up himself.
Yeah.
So inside Eberron, religions don't manifest themselves like they do on the Forgotten Plains, where most people are familiar with seeing gods and deities. Here, there's still the room for you to be a heretic, whether you're following the right path or not.
Okay.
Because you don't see the entities. The only entity that anyone has ever seen has been Umber, who has believed in himself.
Right.
Now, who is manifested? You guys have seen these dragons come back, and they're manifesting. All this stuff in Kebara are here trying to harness the power, trying to get into Eberron. It's the dragons that guard the outside gods and deities from getting into Eberron.
Huh.
That is the lore of them trying to protect the planet. That's why there isn't run completely amok. Now, at one point in time, there were the devils, the demons, everything that was on this fucking plane, but the dragons banished them out and then held this and made it its independent world.
Huh. Okay.
Now, your characters don't know it yet.
Right.
But the Riedran and their massive, God, what do they call them? The
Mind Stone
Atlases.
Yeah.
God, I can't even remember it now.
The big stone that Oxie was working on
Yes.
and was a part of.
You opened up the portal to hell.
Wait, the one that exploded on him was the one that opened up the portal to hell?
Well, it opened up a portal for anybody that was. It wasn't just hell. It was just, it opens up. So in my mind, this thing goes off. In my head, people that are looking, they're trying to peer in. Who's looking for new markets?
Yeah, demons.
Demons,
Devils.
Demons and devils.
dragons.
Who's looking for contracts that aren't in a place that's scotch full of them?
Right.
Oh, Rakshasa peering out into other worlds, investing their time in a different market.
So what you are saying though is that this did happen post Riedran. Like the Rakshasa hasn't been pulling the strings pre-Riedran.
No,
right?
Sebasti's hired the Riedran, 100%.
Yeah, that was his call to make. Right. And then now we're with this.
Then he made the deal to try to I want the last thing I want the kingdom of New Galfar back.
Right.
So he makes the deal with Mordheim.
Yeah, he made right.
So then Mordheim goes and says, well, then you're going to do it with True Flame. And then he gets the True Flame and tricks the True Flame as well, that they'll get what they want within the entire continent, and puts them underneath his thumb.
Yeah.
So then he's just building out his multi-level marketing campaign of who's underneath them, and then it all goes to shit.
I'm curious, and indulge me this, and if you don't want to relay it, that's fine. On the scrying ring, whose eye was it? Camden's or this Rakshasa's? Because we had a chance. It was a nat 20 roll to trace it back.
Yes.
Talking about on top of the Urgarot, or on top of the Ziggurat?
No. When we were in the plaza, and it was Callista or Garomesh, I don't remember, who grabbed the ring from the fake father, and they were using it to scry on what was going on. We had a chance to trace it back, and I've always wondered who was on the other side of it because we failed the roll. Was it the real Father Camden, or was it the eye of this Rakshasa?
No, it would have gone back to the real Father Camden inside here, but you would have gotten scenes of a very out of place King Sebasti's.
So
I would have gave a teaser, but I wouldn't have given you a Rakshasa teaser yet. I would have given you a teaser that like something is wrong with the king. Is what you would have got. And you also would have got that Father Camden's fucked up. And that he looks like he's been roughed up.
Yeah.
You would have gotten that piece and been like, what? Dude, he looks worse than the guy who's dead.
Kept alive as a puppet.
So now the true politics of the entire region, you see, there are demons who want the shards to try to be able to get into the planet. There are dragons, ancient dragons, that are trying to resurrect themselves onto the plane with these shards. And there's a railroad company that wants them to put a fucking railroad through.
Yeah, what is House Thrask? I mean, this is very meta, but like, do they also want to summon something onto this plane? Are they also trying to punch a hole through?
Summon prophets. They're just using this energy source, man.
Right. Okay, so they're using it to manifest themselves. They don't necessarily worship something else.
Well, I mean, look at that. They know things go bump at the night, but they don't go on talking about it. They hire their own, they don't hire. They have their own internal. That's what the fucking wolf does. The wolf comes out and takes care of what bumps in the night. And now it makes a lot more sense why the wolf had interest in you as a group, because you were pulling back the veil on who had interest on dragon shards.
Oh man,
we knew it all along. Yeah.
So yeah, he wants you secure that, poke it, find what comes out.
Right.
His job is to deal with what bumps in the night.
Yeah.
So that everyone else cannot have to worry or believe that it exists.
I love that.
So the purple on this Rakshasa token very much makes me think of Fist of Delcor and that whole storyline too. So I'm interested to see what tie-in there may be there as we get into
it's a bad motherfucker because this guy is going he's out there fucking around in the multiverse,
right, which the Fist of Delcor does too, right? Like that's also a multiverse traveler.
You got to be a pretty rough and tumble son of a bitch to go looking and peering. I love that this all lines up with D&D opening up like how you travel through the multiverse and you tie everything together.
Spelljammer release.
Yeah.
Are we going to wind up in space after this, please? Yes. Thank you.
But I wonder if like if her charging Latash and Oxie as being the Sentinels was in preparation for this arrival or one similar. But there may
All
even
of
have
them.
been
Anything that's on there.
right.
Anything that tries to dominate that plane,
Right.
whether it's the light or the dark spirits or interdimensional Rakshasas trying to open up a door, you're charged with making sure that door is closed.
That really changes. Well, like once Oxie learns that bit about that charge, like because all of this has still been kind of a mystery for Oxie as far as what does that charge mean for being a Sentinel of Inspiration, as being a part of the Fist of Del Cor. Like what is that charge? And once we learn this, once he learns this bit about this interdimensional impedance that's coming in, oh man, that's quite the fire to be lit under somebody. Like, oh man, you want me to what? You want me to help stop like demons from coming in through portals?
You signed up for it.
Yeah, exactly. You actually,
Frank,
right
did
here,
you read
on the dotted line? Yes.
Very Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
So there's a popular Rakshasa Death Knight that's called Mordekash that's out in the D&D universe, and all I did was just a play on it, and I switched it to Mordheim, which is that medieval combat game. So I wanted to allude to like this Death Knight Rakshasa that is in Eberron, but not the same one.
Fully, yeah.
You get all those Death Knights in there now too that we're going to be fighting that are probably going to look super cool.
Oh,
Dude,
they're
you teed up
dope.
that scene so good, man. You did an awesome job on that, RoBear.
Thank you.
That was so fun.
Yeah, because this Death Knight also exists. Like this
Oh yeah.
out in Eberron, but I wanted to this was going to be our own from our own story. So there's Mordekash and there's Mordheim.
Oh my god, so good.
Oh god.
Yeah. So now it makes some of the crazy decisions. You're like, okay, this makes more sense now. Like this is odd. Like it's odd when you don't know what the factions are that are battling and pulling over.
Right. And that was kind of like that little bit of interaction we got to have is like, dude, what have you been doing? Like what have you been doing up here?
A lot,
I've been trying to avoid Latash's shows, man.
It's like you played the Eagles one night, couldn't handle it, man.
I hate the Eagles, man.
No, but you officially all the political structure is unveiled for the area.
Yeah, for this area.
Yeah, for this tiny area, and now it's like this is our battle about going, finally leaving this area. This is it. This is the final battle before we have peacetime. We got on a train, boys, and we make sure that train fucking leaves. The first one.
Make like a tree and branch.
Hopefully we all get to enjoy that train.
Yeah, really. This seems like this could go very dicey very quickly.
Yeah, especially with us and what we're fighting and everything he can do.
Hey, how about fucking Umber coming through to fucking help us?
Hey, you rolled it.
Absolutely fucking clutch right there.
Yeah, he
Having
rolled it. He hit it.
Fresh long rest going into this fight is a hell of a lot different than going into scrapping up a couple of arcane recoveries, a few spell slots burnt, and
I'm gonna
healed up.
find on the VOD how many seconds it actually took my brain to realize that 25 was an acceptable number.
Dude, and I swear, never go low. I always go high.
Yeah.
I always go my number from the top. And I'm
not today.
I went with that.
Felt it.
The fist, baby.
Yeah. You
fucking couldn't be any better than that, man.
It was a good moment. I enjoyed it.
Got to see him come back and give us a blessing and make this fight much
Also,
fairer.
Actually, I wanted to ask about that. I mean, we're just pulling at shit now, but Umber's little health bar was nicked a little bit in that god form, so he's been doing some rough and tumbling out there. He showed up, had a little bit of a black eye under him.
Yeah, you know, when you have to punch a wall to make a door for your friends, you know, it's you don't realize that he actually started that punch in the sky and then came and talked to you, and then he left and the punch hit. So you wouldn't understand these as a mortal.
He believed he could. That's why.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand these as just a normie. You know, you got to get to a god.
You gotta get to god level.
No, super cool episode.
Oh man.
So, fun fact about the brother of Mordheim that this is, when Mordekash came through, his armies were defeated and bound by the Silver Flame and the dragons and the Coatl all at the same time.
Oh shit!
I never.
Sense that.
What's fun? I never even read that part. I just read it right now on this.
It makes sense as to why he has the silver flame and chains. Like
Yeah.
100%.
This time, smart enough to come around and not be the.
He's still gonna get his ass whooped by a Coatl though.
It's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing,
Dude, it's gonna be a battle in this fucking chapel, dude. I'm ready for it.
Build a new house. We'll build a new house when we're done destroying this one.
Indeed. That's where we're gonna wrap up. We love y'all. We'll see you next Tuesday. Join us for the showdown. Much love, y'all.
Showdown.